Plumber's mistakes while doing a boiler service. My name's Alan Hart, and in today's video we've got Pete from One Plumbing, and Pete sent us a video in on some tips when servicing a boiler. Also he's made a mistake and he's left that mistake in to show you. Also we've got an interesting video from Tommy. Tommy sent us a video showing a new installation that he's doing. So if you've got any questions on either of them, then please add them in comments below. Also, if you can, please put a thumbs up on the video. And please remember, if you're going to work on a gas boiler, you must always do all your safety checks. TB118, search for TB118. I did do a video with Socket and C, and it does go through some of the things that you need to do with the TB118. And please remember, always don't take any of these videos as factual. Always read the installation instructions. These are just a few tips that you might want to do when you're doing boiler servicing. Let's go over to Pete. This video is for gas safe, registered and trainee gas engineers under supervision. Please comply with the current regulations at the time.
So I was just going to do a video on a boiler service, but it's an Ultracom 2. Now, I went into it thinking I've done Ultracoms and Flexicoms before, but I'm unfamiliar with an Ultracom 2. So there's a mistake I made at the end, which is very, very important to show you, because I didn't realise about the filling loops on these Ultracom 2s. There's actually an air gap that you have to engage a connection underneath before filling. So this will be the mistake that I made, but I'll keep it in and show because I didn't know about it, but I do now. Enjoy, boys and girls. Ultracom 30CXI service. It's not often you walk into a service these days and you think to yourself, actually, that's not a bad install. Yeah, I'm not putting anything with this in my eyes at the moment, so I like this quite happy at the moment for me. So I'm running the hot water at the moment. It's good to run the hot water when you first do a service, just to see if that plate heat exchanger's got any problems, because you don't want to do a service and then find out after that the plate's blocked. So I do a check on that first, make sure that the hot water's running fine. It is, it's not modulating, it's not cutting out. And at the same time, turn your gas off, do your gas check on the boiler, your gas safety. So that's gone into a lockout, which is what we want to see. And the first thing I'll check on this now will be the expansion pressure. Why am I going to do the expansion pressure? Because boiler servicing is not about just one bag or one case of tools anymore. You see, I've got this bag here full of bits. Got my pump, my tool roll. I think a tool roll's a must. I've got my flue gas analyzer, and I've got my hose bucket as well. And not normally, but I've had to bring all this. I've got a fair few bits for this boiler service, so I want to start getting things out of the way. So I know a hose bucket and the pump will be the first things to go away back on that van. Expansion vessel, absolutely fine, no pressure in the boiler. I've dumped it in the bucket. Needed a slight adjustment, but we're all good with that. Bit mucky, need a clean up. Seal is obviously perished, but you get one of them in the new G10 kit. I always forget to put these on at the end of it, so just give it a little mark. I'll tell you what way up it goes. Attach your leads. And I've disconnected the gas from the bottom of the valve, so this should now pop out always do that. Always leave one lead on. Anyway, so we're going to give this a clean out. Because it's a little bit mucky. Sorry about that. I'm removing this pad. They're easily removable, these ones. Because I don't want to mark it with me brush. Siphons removed, really easy to remove these. They just click out. From the bottom you pull them out from the top. Give that a good rinse out, it looks a bit mucky. Pretty filthy, that one. Cut myself. Anyone will think it's a Worcester. Now, they might just say, I use white vinegar on these, yeah. Now there's bound to be somebody out there on YouTube who says vinegar should only be used on chips, yeah, with salt. Well, not me, pal, yeah. I use a little spray, let it soak in, and then I brush my heat exchanger out. Alright? So yeah, this is, ain't had this brush long, I only learnt them about them recently. But they're a good little invention for these heat exchangers. I think they're really good. I think I got this on Amazon. Yeah, and then I'll give it a rinse after with water. Cereal. Yeah, I'm not scared that the boiler's got COVID or anything. It's fresh water in here. I'm just going to rinse out the excess around the tops of the heat exchanger, etc. With these, I just use a little wire brush on them. That's all I use. And I've taken a leaf out of Eliot's book and I clean around these with a bit of light emery cloth or something along them, because that old seal, you can still feel bits of it, so it'd be good to make good contact with the edge of that, with our new seal. People who've seen my videos before, when I flush this out with the water, I don't like putting it back through a condense, so I just attach a hose and have it running into a bucket and rinse it that way. Because I know people say, yeah, but you can clean your condense trap, but this is a 22mm condense. Yeah, so if you wash a load of crap down it, it could get blocked further down the line. So, you know, I wouldn't choose to, all that crap that I've scraped out of there, I wouldn't choose to flush it back down the condense. I'd always detach from the trap and attach my own hose into a bucket. That's my little way of doing it. And then a good rinse, and all that crap goes in there, not in your condense trap. And when you get your combustion seal, if you don't want to take out the insulation pad, you can use the round cardboard in the insulation pack to protect it. Yeah. You know, I said there'd be a gasket for them electrodes. There ain't. I think I might have a spare one on the van. Fortunately. Opposites. Six or 7 Newton meters. I'm going to go with 7. That's 7. That's 7. That's 7. That's 7. It's all in the wrist, but you should get yourself a Newton ratchet. 6 or 7. Jury's out. I know Baxi say 6. I'm sure Valent and Glowworm are 7. Found one. There's on a set of electrodes for an Ultracom, not an Ultracom 2, which this is. So I can't use the electrodes because they're a different electrode set. So, but I've got a gasket. I'll clean these electrodes up. They're pretty clean now anyway, they don't need renewing. But they should have had a gasket in this kit. And there wasn't one. Peeved. What did I say at the beginning of the video? What did I say? Always forget them. Always forget them. I'm not even taking that out. I'm leaving it in. Bits of dust. Just give it a little air dust out. We should be ready to go now. You shouldn't take your buckets down until the end. I've gone to fill it and something is spraying out inside on the filling loop side. So I've got to investigate this now quickly. This wasn't seated right, and it's when I've turned it on underneath on the filling loop, it splayed out inside. Before I knew what was going on, it was leaking through the boiler casing. So a bit of a clean-up operation, but it's all pressurised now. I'm ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I didn't show you actually how to engage it, the filling loop, but my phone was running out of battery and I was referring to Gas app on the instructions, and my phone is useless. I've got a brand new phone now, so I'm still filming on the old one, but I've got a brand new one, so hopefully the video quality will be better in the future. Just to let you know, on that boiler, at the beginning I did actually do my earth continuity checks and my electrical polarity checks, all for safety reasons obviously, and gas checks, and flue gassed it at the end as well, just for anyone who wants to pick up on that. I was just showing the basics of a service and some common mistakes. So remember your MIs and remember to be gas safe if you're working on a boiler. Cheers guys.
Right, thank you very much for that, Pete. And as I said at the start of the video, always read your installation instructions and always make sure, if you're not sure, find out. So if it's not in the instructions, give the manufacturers a call, give Gas Safe a call, and just make sure that you're doing the job correctly. And there's loads of help out there. So if you're a new trainee, you've just come into industry and you've just newly qualified or whatever, there's loads of help. So there's loads of groups and things where you can get assistance. But as I say, installation instructions, they're the main thing that you need to be looking at. Right then, let's go over to Tommy.
Sorry, a bit snotty, a bit ronery, I think. Come and get a skip now. Sorry. Right, so my friends just purchased a house in London. We're taking out the old conventional system where it's been ripped out. Believe it or not, the old cylinder was, well, had a cupboard built above the stairs here, so that's where all your old feeds were. So they were obviously coming down with cold water tanks upstairs. That's your hot out off the cylinder, which I've got to cut and solder cap that, get that in the wall. Because a new combi 32 kilowatt Valiant Ecotech Plus with all the trimmings is going in. Currently running some 22 supplies for the heating, all clipped, all nicely kicked. We've drilled leather supplies coming in from the boiler in this little extended kitchen outside here. We've only just started, so this is progress so far. We've managed to get along here, busted through underneath. Just a little, well, they weren't supporting much, but the little supporting bricks. Couple of floorboards up. Just getting our roots at the minute, Big Al. I will keep you updated on progress. Give you the final well, we have a few videos for you. This is me so far. So this is all we got. Radiators, boiler over there, apprentice. We've got we've got to do some chasing down in that wall just to get our feeds, just to supply it down for the downstairs rad circuits really. And the next pain in the bum, we've got to cut this lead main down here, which was sticking out of his skirting, which looked awful, and direct that with a lead lock or some lead fitting Filmac. And I'm just going to renew it in 22 as far as I can. Which I'm going to go into this cupboard here. It's like a little intake cupboard, so I know it runs along underneath that gas meter and electrics. So I'm going to come up with a circuit with an isolation valve, maybe a 4-bore lever, but I'll keep you updated. So this is all we got so far. Bit of a mishmash. Build as you go. These are our hatches. We're going to have to get some HEP through there. Like I said, there are supplies. They are slid their supplies through for the heating. Ready to go over to where Mr. 32 kilowatt Valiant is going. Well, that was the old boiler there. The old glowworm, the old British gas style glowworm, heat only piece of whatever it is. Okay. Bye for now.
Thank you for that, Tommy, and Pete as well. Thank you both, and thank you to everybody who sends videos in, and thank you for all your support. And yeah, I mean, the channel's growing really well, and it's all thanks to, you know, people like you guys that send in videos in. So thank you for that. If you've got any questions, please ask them in comments below. Thanks for watching.